everyone.
Welcome back to the Local Scoop Live. I'm Tamara,
And I'm Ozzie with Century 21 New Heritage.
and welcome back.
Welcome.
We're here again doing our Local Scoop Live, and today we're going to be talking a little bit about the new Riverwoods community being built in Woodstock. Lot of buzz with that. There's been buzz for a while, all the way back to 2023 when it was kind of sidelined, and then early 2024 when it got unanimously passed by the Woodstock City Council. And here we are. We were at the ribbon cutting last week. We went in the duplex model, and we went in the single family home
The Thompson model.
Yeah,
Very nice.
They were very nice. The land itself, it's located on 135 acres. There are two entrances. So Lucas Road, which is right off 47, that's the main entrance. And then the secondary entrance is over by the hospital on Memorial Drive. Yes. There's going to be a park in there. There's going to be some trails. We were there, and the Lennar reps were talking at the ribbon cutting, and they're going to they tried to keep as many trees as they could.
Yeah, so they try to keep the landscape pretty much as, as natural as you can have it without, disturbing too much there. So it was nice to see all around, the nature that's still standing there. So it'll be a nice development.
Yeah, and it's growth. It's growth for Woodstock. I will be curious to see what you all think about that. I know there was some controversy initially. That's controversy. Anyway,
there you go. But we would be very interested in knowing what you think. If you voted yes or no, that's awesome. If you didn't, or what would you say? What's your intake on the new subdivision?
Yeah, we can walk through the facts together. I mean, this is one of the most significant new housing developments, well, the only new housing development in quite some time in Woodstock, and that's a big deal. And
I think it's giving Woodstock more options as far as the housing options, because we really haven't had a lot of inventory.
No, we've had an inventory shortage. I mean, there could be some debate about whether we have an inventory shortage or whether we have an affordable inventory shortage, which we do. But nonetheless, we do need more housing in McHenry County.
Overall, yes.
Yeah, overall, we really do. And the blend here in Riverwoods is kind of nice because you've got duplexes, and that's a different entry level, buyer there. The price point's a little lower. It starts at around 312,000, I believe. The duplex models were actually lovely.
They were very lovely. I really like those. And then with the single family homes, the price you're ranging from the low 400s, like 412, to about the mid 450 or so. And that Townsend model is really nice.
Yeah. And the interesting thing too is, Lennar, which is the home builder of this community. Lennar's a national builder. One of the things they're most known for is more options
that are standard.
Yeah, so more of the upgrades are considered standard in their pricing. So therefore, if you go to see a house, a duplex that's listed at $312,000, well, sometimes some of the builders, when you go in, every single
upgrade has a price. Yeah.
Yes. A price. So you start at 312 and you walk out at 415. Whereas Lennar's thing is that more of those upgrades are included as standard. So that is really nice.
That's already set.
I built a house 2 years ago myself, and I know how much those upgrades
every single, and then sometimes every single little thing becomes an upgrade. So so that's one of the nice perks.
Yes,
I think.
Yes, and so where's it located? It's located just off 47, Lucas Road.
On Lucas Road off of 47.
And that was one of the controversial parts of this is that,
The traffic flow there, the
yes,
congestion.
just getting off of Lucas Road, because I went to the ribbon cutting last week, and I think there's going to likely be a light there. Woodstock secured $10 million Route 47 state grant. And so I'm assuming part of that money is going to go to a light there at 47 and
Yeah.
Lucas. I can't imagine that they would be unable or able to get by without that. But
That's one of the good things with Woodstock. They have been really proactive as far as, getting these grants and using them for the improvements
yes,
of our town. And that's a good thing to see with our city council. So, hey,
Mhm.
great job, you guys.
Yeah, well, I mean, where's Riverwoods at right now? Well, we were there. They're in full construction
Oh,
mode.
yeah, 35 units already
Mhm.
under construction.
I see there in the MLS, multiple listing service, there's one single family home listed currently, and then I think there were 8 to 10 duplexes already listed on the MLS.
Mhm.
And again, the duplexes were quite nice. Those don't have basements, so they're on a slab.
And then the single family homes only have partial.
Partial
basements,
basement.
right?
I believe they all have partial basements. And if you see us looking, we're kind of monitoring too. If anybody has questions, we're on a couple different platforms here. So we're trying to monitor.
Type in your question, your comments, and we'll try to respond.
If not, we'll message you after. We're still learning here. Every new addition. Yeah.
Little
Oh my
nerve
gosh.
wracking too.
A little bit.
When everything's
bit.
live.
Mhm.
But hey, be a little patient with us. We're here. We're here for you.
Continuous improvement. Yes. So anyway, one of the things that they're going to be utilizing is Woodstock has secured 23 million in grants for infrastructure improvements, and let's see, actually, yeah, 23 million in grants in the last
Within the
2
last
years.
2 years.
That's really rare
Yeah,
for a
so
size
yeah,
of
this
Woodstock.
project really didn't come out of nowhere. It's part of
Mhm.
Woodstock's strategic, long-term plan. And I think that's another thing, another positive, that it's a planned development. So it's not just sporadic or,
Right.
that's where they're keeping up with this too.
And then $10 million is coming from a state grant, and that I believe is directed towards
Towards
Route
Route
47
47.
improvements. And again, I think something will go towards, getting a light there on Lucas and 47, which will be good. Because I know when I went to the ribbon cutting, as I was telling Ozzie, I had to go left and on 47 off of Lucas, and I sat there for a while. It was, maybe 5:30.
Yeah.
And that time
Oh,
of
yeah.
day.
And then with the road construction right now, everything's so slow and very, 47 is congested as it is. But
Absolutely.
with the construction right now is even worse. So hopefully by the time everything gets done, things are gonna flow a little bit nicer there.
And then you kind of look at, Lennar is been in the area for quite some time. They've got Talmore in Huntley. That's a big facility, with.
They've been there for a long time too.
Yes, they have. They have their big clubhouse and trails and parks, and then they also have the newer Regency Square, and that is in Huntley as well. And then they have what is it, Woodlore, right? Woodlore and Crystal Lake. That's basically, I think, 55 and over, and that's duplex and single family homes. So, but the price point, I think, in Woodstock is a lot more buyer friendly. So that is one thing that is
Yeah, and then I guess another thing is the HOA.
Oh my gosh, the HOAs there. Now, granted, there's not going to be a clubhouse.
Right.
There's not going to be a pool.
Mm-hmm.
But the homeowner association dues, when we use those terms, we have to remind ourselves sometimes that not everybody knows what that means. But that's a monthly fee that you pay. And it goes towards, so it's like $62 a month, I believe, for the single family homes, which is very low. And basically, because there are no facilities like a clubhouse or pool, basically that's going towards like the community and the insurance for the areas where everybody can walk and enjoy together. If there's a park.
Yeah, they're talking about a little playground park.
Yeah, sometimes that is owned then by the park district who maintains that. But anyway, when you have all those trails, there's a little bit of insurance that everybody buys on the community shared areas. And then in the duplexes, the HOAs are, what is it, 160? In the
It's like
160.
162 or something
Yeah,
like
I think
that.
it was 162. And that actually covers your lawn care and snow removal. And that's a good price for that.
That is a good price.
I mean, if you go into Del Webb, into their duplexes or townhomes,
Double
you're,
that?
yeah, you're gonna
Uh-huh.
double that.
Yep.
For snow care and, lawn care and snow removal, you're gonna pay twice as much. So those HOAs are super reasonable. And I think that's gonna make those duplexes a little
More desirable.
well, a little more achievable too,
Achievable too,
for a
yeah.
first time buyer, you know, to get their first home. And,
Right.
and then, like I said, they were nice. It's the main floor was like living room, kitchen open area. And, there was a,
Nice
let's
little
see.
patio.
Yeah, yeah, and you kind of came in, there's a little entryway with a half bath, and then you had the open area.
Yeah,
with
area with a
kitchen,
lot
living
of
room.
windows, so there's a lot of,
Great light in there. And then you had a staircase going up that was super pretty, kind of turn.
Light.
And then, yeah, then you had 2, 3 bedrooms upstairs and a primary suite and guest. And then in the model, there was second floor laundry, which was
Oh,
really
that's-
nice. Really
Yes.
nice.
Sometimes you don't think about these things, especially when you don't have, when you don't have the experience, I guess, of actually doing all these different things. But once you see it, it's like, oh, yeah, second floor laundry, so you don't have to carry your basket, second floor or even to the basement for some people, right?
Right.
So, yeah, no,
That's it.
it's
Yeah.
a nice perk.
So I think some of the pros, I mean, I know when people were having an issue with it, one of their big concerns were, the biggest concerns were the soil, the disruption of the land, 135
The
open
people around
acres.
there, right? And the people around there, I
Mhm.
get it. I mean, once you start changing your lifestyles different,
Yes, if
so
you had a home
I-
there and
I get it.
it was farmland because they had to rezone part of that from, A1 ag to R3 residential. And so that's a big change if you happen to live on Lucas Road and now you have this big subdivision, but again, then change is inevitable.
Unfortunately,
And-
yeah. Unfortunately.
And even I'm somebody who my parents moved to this area, to McHenry County in the late 70s, and I'm
Yeah, for the.
sure the first lot they bought was somebody's farmland once upon a time.
Right.
So it's change is inevitable. There's some positive things that are coming from it. There's more housing options now in Woodstock.
More tax revenue.
Yeah. Yeah, well, that's an economic lift. I mean,
Yeah.
let's face it. You have so many taxpayers paying in,
Mhm.
and the only way, as costs go up, the only way to pass on those costs is to the existing taxpayers or to bring in new taxpayers
Right.
by increasing the number of homes that you have. And with 60 cents, almost 60 cents on the dollar.
Going towards the schools.
Yes, going to
I mean-
District 200 schools, you really, in order to try to keep a handle, which everybody's always complaining about McHenry County's taxes. In order to have a handle on that, we gotta bring in
Right.
more revenue.
Spread it out and between more
Absolutely,
people. So,
absolutely. And then, we're gonna definitely get an infrastructure upgrade. I mean, 23 million in grants. I would imagine some of that's gonna be going to the downtown area and, be just dispersed in ways that are going to benefit other residents.
right. Yeah. Well, already, for my neighborhood, there's a lot of upgrades in the streets there. They've been fixing up some of the streets, and so it's good to see those things. And
And-
the handicap ramps. We've been getting handicap ramps.
Well,
you know,
that's gonna
right
be,
around,
that's
so
gonna be
those are-
320 new homes in there. So, restaurants, all the local businesses,
Yeah.
salons, boutiques, whatever there is there on the square, that's gonna be more revenue
more
for
business.
the businesses to
Right.
keep those going, because we all know how some of the small businesses can really struggle at times.
Hey, I'm interested to know, what business would you want to bring to Woodstock? Is there a business that you would like to see?
Yeah.
So let us know in the comments.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. We bring 320 new families to Woodstock. That opens up the door for new businesses, for sure. So, I mean, nothing's perfect. There's always going to be, one of the other big concerns was that 320 new homes brings more traffic. I mean, it's always a
It's
trade-off.
always a trade-off, unfortunately. And whoever has seen growth in their town, you're gonna get more traffic. And so hopefully with the new development and, the 47, traffic will flow a little bit nicer, but
Over time.
over time. Yeah, I
Initially, it's going to be
It's a
me, like I was complaining
it's
about
a
last
pain
week, trying to
because,
turn off of Lucas. Yeah, initially, we're going to have patience. That's the bottom line, as Ozzie told me when I was complaining about, trying to turn off. Over time, it will be better, and I think we're just initially going to have some patience.
Please, please.
I try. But this is a project. It's a big project. It's going to take years, and everything's going to happen overnight.
Yep. But if you're interested in seeing these homes, let us know. We'd love to go with you and walk the models. But you can message us, call us, text us, whichever way is more convenient for you. And let us know what.
And what I'm curious about is, what do you think? Is Riverwoods a good thing for Woodstock, or what are your thoughts? And I'm sure, I'm sure depending on where you are and what hat you have on, your feelings might be a little different, and they might also change over time. Because I know I pay quite a bit for my property taxes, and saying maybe not seeing an increase right away because there's more people paying in, that would be lovely. But there is always a trade-off, as we said before.
Down, but as long as they don't go up, right? We're good.
Right. Yeah. But you know what? With 60 cents on every dollar going to District 200 schools, schools are important. I mean, how appealing a community is has a lot to do with what do we have? Woodstock has a phenomenal square.
Oh, yes.
Really. I mean, the events and the area itself, the ambiance. Yeah, that's something that other towns tried to duplicate.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, walking down on the farmers market, walking down just what's coming up, the women's the
Ladies' Night
Out coming Ladies' Night Out coming up. It's always great, the lighting of the square, those
Well, and
different
there's one
events.
thing,
Every time that I
like
go, there's so many people, so it attracts a lot of people, which means it's a good thing, and it's just the community vibe.
And don't forget,
it's great.
Woodstock has a train. Woodstock has train access, which, that's been a big thing. If you go to Huntley, and we've done we've done videos on the Huntley Net, getting
Right.
involved with the train. And so Woodstock has that. So that's a positive, and that draws people to the community.
Mhm.
Schools draw people to the community.
Oh.
New construction draws people to the community. I mean, when we're taking some of our younger buyers,
Oh, yeah.
young families, and we try to show all of the different options. And, if we're taking a young couple, young
Yep,
family
that's
to
what we're looking at the school districts, obviously.
at the
We're
school
looking-
district, we're looking at what are our housing options. And some of these national builders, we can get a family in a new construction home where they have a brand new roof, and they have a brand new furnace, and they have a brand new AC, and they have
1-year
brand new
warranty.
windows, and and a warranty, and everything's new. They're starting fresh, versus an possibly updated 1970s home that still has things for them to do. And you have to wait. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Some of the things are updated, some of the things aren't. And you just have to weigh those options, and I think it's important to have options.
Mhm.
I mean, I've always felt in life that I feel better when I have options than when
Oh, yeah.
I don't. So I think that's a wonderful thing. And so I guess let us know what you think. Um, and I guess too, have you ever bought or lived in new construction? Because that's different. I'm on my second new construction home. I'm on my fourth home, my second new construction. I have redone 2 homes and
Mhm.
lived in 2 new construction homes. What do I prefer? I prefer new construction. Now, my very
Yeah.
first home I lived in for 17 years, and we redid every part of it.
Mhm.
Would I be interested in doing that again? No. No.
No.
But that's the
Yeah.
different stages of life too,
My house was 4 years old, 5 years old when I
See?
bought it. So
Yeah,
it was
that's pretty new.
newer, it was newer. So there was a lot of comfort in knowing that, things were new and didn't have to worry about so much about thinking of replacing, certain mechanicals. But yeah, so now we're at that point though where that was what, 25 years ago. So we're at that point where things need to be upgraded and updated and things like that. So yeah, so yes,
every
so
20,
so now
25
it's a
years.
decision of whether I want to do that and do
Mhm.
that expense or
Start new.
Start new.
Hmm. I gotta say, as I was walking through the model with you
Oh,
and thinking,
did you see my eyes?
I know. I was
Yeah,
thinking,
I know. I got
maybe
home
we
and-
should just move Ozzie into a new construction. there, it is fun.
Well,
I will have to say.
Ozzie would be jumping at the bit right now. It's Ozzie's husband that we have to convince. So we'll see.
You just have to take him to the model.
Yes,
That's what I did on the first one. Once we got him in there,
right? Yeah.
then we had him.
But you don't have to worry about anything anymore. Not that there's a lot of worry right now, but still, we know we have to do something soon. So.
Yeah, so if you want to stay ahead of what's happening in Crystal Lake, Huntley, Algonquin, Woodstock, the Northwest Corridors, subscribe to our channel because we do try to see what's happening and get either a video made about it,
Mhm.
or we've been doing these lives now to talk a little bit about some of the things going on in the area. And so subscribe and give us some positive feedback. The lives are tough, let me tell you. It's different than our other videos, but it's also sort of fun. Yeah, I like it. I
Mhm.
like it. And
we'd
if
like
you're,
to get you more engaged too. So our next one will be.
of course, we're just gonna have to figure out how we can see your questions and answer them at the same time. But we're gonna get this all figured out. You'll see. You'll see. But anyway, and if you're wondering how the Riverwoods development is going to affect your home values in Woodstock, let us know. We can do an analysis and see where things are at and monitor that over time and just give you that feedback.
Yeah, send us your questions.
Mhm.
No question is too small, or if we don't have the answer, we will find it.
Absolutely. That's part of the fun. So for today, we'll say goodbye now and we'll see you again next time.
Bye.
Bye.